To say that shotguns aren't good in close quarter combat is absolutely ridiculous.
That's what shotgun is for, right? Horizon just wants to UX, and this is Benelli M4, the greatest combat shotgun of all time. First of all, Benelli I know as a bike manufacturer. I didn't know they've made a fucking weapons, but okay. I know of Benelli as, I don't know, now it's like Chinese owned company, but it was Italian once. They make bikes. One of the bikes are really low. It's like TNT 600 because it has an old R6 engine. So it's relatively cheap, underpowered, because they deliberately underpowered it, the R6 engine, Yamaha R6 one, which you can tune and tweak to back to its form, which is like, I don't know, it checks every single box of me. It's like playing NFS Underground, buying a Civic and modify it to, I guess, as powerful as a Skyline or some shit. That's equivalent to that. So I love Benelli because of that. But I didn't know Benelli made weapons. And as far as combat shotgun goes, as far as my video game knowledge is there, isn't that like a shotgun that is like I don't know, more accurate, faster shooting, or even automatic? What is the criteria for a combat shotgun than a normal shotgun? Spas 12 and all these are combat, right? Like it's made for I don't know what accuracy, but like fast shooting or semi-automatic way. I don't know. It's like double barrel shotgun that you constantly load with ammo is not a combat shotgun. I don't know, but yeah, I don't think I've done. Obviously, I didn't like the advanced weapon thing. I don't think I've done any of the like current weapon videos from Fighter Electrician. I'm pretty sure. So this is gonna be first of those. So yeah, this is another rabbit hole. So it's gonna be fun. Let's watch it. Remember, if you like my reaction, don't forget to subscribe. That way, I know which videos to do tomorrow, and that way you can support this channel by helping the algorithm. Follow me on Twitter, not Twitter. Follow me on Instagram because that's the new thing I started finally. So yeah, it's in the description, I guess. Let's watch it.
Today we're talking about the greatest combat shotgun of all time and the pride and joy of the Marine Corps. Ladies and gentlemen, the Benelli M4. If you don't know, the American military has been in love with shotguns dating back to World War I.
That's how shotguns sound? Always has that like third type of noise to it, like bassy noise. So video games don't know shit apparently.
When America is credited with developing the world's first combat shotgun. That being the Winchester Model 1897, aka the Trench Sweeper, or as I like to call it, the War Crime Stick. Utilizing a large bayonet and a technique known as slam firing, it was found so devastatingly effective in the trenches of World War I that the Germans tried to have it declared a war crime, which is saying an awful lot considering they were using mustard gas at the time. Thankfully, however, Geneva and her conventions would declare shotguns fair game and the grunts would continue to love them forever. Fast forward.
Like a German saying that that's a war crime is whole another level. How terrifying that weapon must have been. Because Germans do like one of the first all that, like shooting through propeller in a plane. I'm pretty sure that was in World War One. They used like a mustard gas, obviously, right? A lot of other shit that would be like very first and would terrify most of the people. And they are saying that this is a war crime. Okay. Did he make that video about Winchester one? Pump shotgun, right?
On May 4th, 1998, the U.S. military wanted an even faster shotgun. They wanted a semi-automatic shotgun that was just as, if not more reliable than a pump-action shotgun. If you don't know much about shotguns, semi-automatic shotguns, especially at this point in time, were notorious for jamming constantly, being plagued by multiple malfunctions, as well as being very finicky as to which type of ammunition they would accept. To address these shortcomings, Uncle Sam would go to some of the greatest shotgun makers of all time, an Italian company known as Benelli.
May I suggest the Benelli M4?
What? It's in John Wick. I don't remember this.
An Italian classic.
Side note, am I upset it's not an American company? A little bit, but at the end of the day, you gotta give it up to the Italians, because when it comes to semi-automatic shotguns and carbohydrates, those guys just know what the fuck they're doing. Because in only a matter of months...
Okay, Italians are like ingenuity in that way. I don't know, it feels weird when you know like what kind of tanks they were using. But I'm pretty sure, a lot of... pretty sure, I don't remember exactly, but there were countries basically who were like making... let's just say car or carburetor shit, and then they suddenly start making weapons and things because it was war. Obviously, then they jumped back to or something, right? The most changed version is I think from France, right? Peugeot, yeah, Peugeot from France, who were like went through very different changes, right? One the point where their owner basically blew up his factory for whatever reason, like they didn't care, like okay, now I don't want to do this shit type of way. Then they made bicycles or something, yeah.
Benelli was able to come up with a new gas operating system that was able to fix all these problems. It's known as the Argo system, and when disassembled, it's only 4 parts, making it extremely easy for the military to maintain. It's also self-cleaning and self-regulating. Self-regulating meaning that it's capable of firing a wide array of different types of shots.
What? What is the first one? The powder one. I'm guessing it's a basic, big, big ammo, just bullet or something, right? What is it called? I played like stalker game, which has stalker call. No, wait a minute. Yeah, the second one, which has like all these different ammos and things. I forgot the name of it. But then there's like a shell one, right? Yeah, look at that. There are two types of ball type of weapons, and there's what is the last one that looks like bolt. I didn't know there was this many ammos. Damn. Okay.
Shotgun ammunition without needing to make any physical adjustments to the gun, which is almost unheard of for a semi-automatic gas-operated shotgun at the time. You know, like that piece of shit, that gas-operated Russian-made shotgun, the Sega 12, or pretty much any shotgun built on the AR or AK platform for that.
Wait a minute, Sega 12 is bad? Or is he just saying piece of shit because it's Russian? Isn't Sega 12 good? I don't know.
That matter. Probably a controversial opinion, but any shotgun that's semi-automatic and accepts a magazine, you might as well bring a loaf of bread and some peanut butter because you're gonna have a fuck ton of jam. The Benelli, on the other hand, would prove to be ultra reliable in military testing, almost never malfunctioning, and being capable of being fired up to 25,000 times without needing to replace any of its parts. So you have the most technologically advanced semi-automatic shotgun on the planet. What do you do with it? You give it to the Marine Corps. What could go wrong? This is also like the only time in Marine Corps history they've gotten a new toy before the Army. And let me tell you, they made the most of it. Because they immediately figured out how to shove more ammunition into it than the manufacturer ever intended. You see, the Benelli M4 is 7+1, meaning it holds 7 rounds in the magazine tube and another inside the chamber. The Marine Corps, being full of, well, Marines, pretty much immediately figured out that you could store an additional shell inside the carrier. This is a technique commonly referred to as ghost loading, but the Marine Corps shotgun manual refers to it as carrier loading, essentially giving the Marines a shotgun that was 7+1 +1. I'm trying to tell you the Marine Corps now had a shotgun that could take out both hinges on a door and still have 7 rounds of double-aught buckshot to make anything behind that door past tense. This goes...
Oh, buckshot. That's the those ball bearing type of things, right? Multiple ones. Right, yeah, that is buckshot, right? So what is the one with a single bullet, but it's like a thick as fuck? Can put a dent in a fucking... I still remember like one of the videos that shot it in a car and there was like a big ass hole in it. That's just terrifying. I'm gonna lie, that kind of a big ass ammo, that's terrifying.
Beyond home defense, this is home offense. Buh! I knew you'd bring up stupid FUD lore about shotguns being good in close quarters. They're absolutely not. They're garbage. Buh! Don't get me wrong, I'm willing to meet halfway in this argument. The best gun in a gunfight is probably the one that you're most proficient with. However, to say that shotguns aren't good in close quarter combat is absolutely ridiculous. But I'm...
What the fuck you on about? That's what shotgun is for, right? Those multiple ball bearings things. I already forgot the name, but he just said it. But yeah, those multiple ball bearing ammo that basically spreads, right? Literally spray and pray type of shit, right? What was it like? I think Bill Burr made a joke about it, like, have a shotgun, shoot something here, whatever that was problem there, it's no longer problem. Literally meaning like it has so much spread. It's like you don't even have to aim that much at close quarter. What are you talking about? Shotgun is everything. That's why in every like badass movie they use shotgun. Because you don't have to like have some kind of skill to aim it. It's just badass because just point and shoot. Not accurately point, just point in this direction.
I'm not a weapons expert, so let's not listen to my opinion. We can just look at the historical precedent. In 2007, the British SAS saw how incredible the Benelli M4 was when the Marines were using it. If you don't know, the British SAS is one of the most gangster special forces unit on the face of the planet, and that's coming from me of all people. So to impress them is kind of a big deal. They issued an emergency request to get some Benelli M4s of their own. After receiving them, they made it their new standard operating procedure for their point man to carry one. And now I'll read you an account of how well it performed for them when they raided a house that was building suicide vests. Quote, one of the breach team members opened fire with a shotgun and shot 3 dead before they could get a shot off. Another 2 terrorists appeared from a building and he neutralized them as well. It was a case of bang, 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 and then bang, bang. It was over in 7 seconds. Several other terrorists emerged from the building, but immediately surrendered and began panicking as 2 of the bodies didn't have heads. They thought they were about to be executed. Like I said, not an expert, but 5 shots fired, 5 dead bodies, and only 3 heads sounds pretty effective to me.
It's insanely effective. It's not just effective. Oh my god, he just put a picture in my head. Oh my god. That is a terrifying sight. Especially the sound of it, the clang clang sound it makes. It's like somebody's throwing swords or something, right? In video games you have this thumping as a thump thump. This is like clang clang clang. This noise is so terrifying, man. And obviously it's a shotgun, man. If you do it right, like even the heads are gonna disappear. it will become Fallout with exploding heads or everything.
Also brings a whole new meaning to the phrase, I got your nose. As much as I would love to read you an account like that from the Marine Corps, not many of them exist. And that is because the higher-ups in the US military at some point decided that shotguns should only be used on doors and not people. So if and when they were used in close quarters combat, nobody really reported on it. However, I've asked an awful lot of Marines and their sentiment is almost always the same. They absolutely love the Benelli M4. And to quote one of them, yeah, we were only supposed to use them on doors, but you'd be surprised how many doors over there had beards and were wearing sandals. In conclusion, the Benelli M4 is the greatest combat shotgun of all time. If you disagree, feel free to let me know in the comments section down below. Best way to support the channel is go buy some merch at the Fat Electrician.
Yeah, I think the whole reason they probably said it because of the terrifying effect. If they use a shotgun, it would look like a war crime. When somebody just footage is like, it's not some bullet shot and somebody, it's like a missing heads, exploding body parts. Yeah, that will look like a war crime. So that's why they're like, you know what, this is way too overkill for close quarters. Just use it on doors and shit, right? It's like, well, what is that like ram they used to open the door? What if somebody used that ram instead of a sword in a melee fight? That would be devastating. Something like that. I think that's the case. Otherwise, there's no scenario where anybody, like, especially good shotgun like Benelli M4, they say like don't use it. That's the reason. Like if you have like a certain semi-automatic rifle which does the job, why would you need to use a shotgun? That's just like overkill type of way. I'm pretty sure that's the case. But yeah, obviously people are not gonna follow that. Like who gives a shit? So there you go. Man, I didn't know Benelli made one of the badass gun of all time. I just knew them as like bike makers or something. Damn, that is something. Right, well, there was Benelli M4. Okay, is this a one-off thing? Or Benelli makes a lot of good weapons like this? I don't really need to see that, but okay. Next time, I'm planning to buy, TNT 600, like I said, as a second bike, a commuter. Why the fuck not? 90 horsepower commuter. But I'm definitely gonna have like big smile on it, and I'll even put Benelli M4's some kind of like a vinyl or something on a bike. That's for damn sure. Alright, well, if you like my reaction, don't forget to like and subscribe. Like I said, follow me on Instagram. I guess I just started it, and yeah, I'll see you next time.